Hey everybody, it's your girl Planet Ty on deck. I hope you guys are having a great day, afternoon, and or evening whenever you guys are seeing this. So check it out. Today is a lovely Monday and I am working already and I'm getting ready to take my baby girl Penelope to school not too long from now. And I came across this story and I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta share this with you guys because you guys probably haven't heard about it. So for today's vlog, I'm gonna start with the story time, and then of course I will take you guys with me and you guys will see whatever I get into for the next few days or whatnot. Okay, but let's get into this story time. So in South Korea, the first robot that was ever known to unalive themselves has happened, is here, has existed, however you want to say it, right? So let me give you guys a little bit of this tea. Now, in South Korea, there's a robot who was nicknamed Robot Supervisor, right? It was born or built in August 2023, so it was only a year old, right? They said it was considered to be a part of the city hall staff. So it worked at city hall. They said it was considered to be a part of the staff. The robot was very diligent. They describe it as, very efficient, very diligent. I guess like a work family type thing, except, well, it was a robot, right? So they said the robot worked 9 to 5, a regular shift, just like a regular person would, right? And they said the work that it did, because I was very curious when I first heard that the robot unalived itself, I wanted to know, well, what kind of work was it doing? Because authorities suspect, well, I shouldn't say authorities, I should say the management staff at City Hall, the upper level staff, they suspected that the robot may have been overworked. Okay, so the assignments that the robot did, it helped with the daily document deliveries, city promotions, it delivered information to local residents, and it spoke to the elevators. So it would be able to, why was I going to say telepathically? I guess it is telepathically for robots, but communicate with the elevators and let an elevator know when you need to move over here, you need to go over there, you need to stop so this one can come forward. One of them is jammed and it can communicate with it and tell it, okay, boom, boom, you're unjammed, you go. So that's pretty much what this robot supervisor did for a profession. Now, I did tell you guys that it was born in August, so in human years, it was just a baby, okay? But, in robot years, well, I guess it was very mature. Well, anyways, so let's see. It was developed by a company called Bear Robotics. It's a California-based robot waiter company. They are the company who developed this robot. Now, where this happened at is in South Korea. It's called Gummy City. The city council, they announced that it's postponing plans to deploy another robot officer in the wake of this incident. So when the robot jumped down, it was supposed to be like 6 or something flights of stairs, and unalived itself. It was found in pieces. A city council member found the robot at like 4 p.m. On this one day, and the robot was completely shattered in pieces. So whole bunch of speculation as to what happened, what was going on. Did the robot actually unalive itself, or did somebody push the robot down? Who knows? There's always going to be speculation in any time that there's it feels weird saying this, but a death, But yes, anytime that there's a death or something like that, there's always going to be speculation. But according to the International Federation of Robots, South Korea is known for its adoption of robots, with 1 industrial robot for every 10 employees. So if you look at that, 1 robot for every 10 employees, this is very normal to them in South Korea to have robots working side by side with them. It makes me feel like, us on US soil, we are so behind, but in one way we're so behind, but in another way, it's like, well, it's just so much that they don't tell us about, they meaning our government and our higher ups. It's just so much, I guess, that we just don't know about because we likely have, because keep in mind, it's a California-based company that developed the robot, and this California-based company is supposed to be in the business of having robot waiters, So if you can have a robot waiter, why not have a robot that works at City Hall that helps with the heavy lifting and delivers documents and all of that, right? Okay, so Yeah, I guess the whole thing is, when it was all said and done, they collected pieces of the robot manager, or they called it robot supervisor. They collected the pieces, they sent it on to the lab for analysis, and they questioned, did the robot have too much work to do? Could that be the reason that the robot unalived itself? Now, you guys light up the comments and let me know. Have you guys ever heard of this story? And something that was, just dancing around in the back of my head is, so who implanted feelings in this robot? Because how else would the robot know to feel that this is too much for me? I've reached my limit. And if it felt that way, could it not articulate itself to say, hey, I feel like I have the lion's share. I feel like I have too much work. I can't do all this by myself. And if it could articulate itself to say that, did it say that, in fact, and was ignored? And that was the reason it took such drastic actions, right? I don't know. But you guys light up the comments, weigh in, let me know your thoughts. Have you heard of this story? What say you? South Korea got the first robot to ever unalive itself? I mean, what else is going on that we don't know, South Korea? I don't know. That just seems a little bit wild to me. But y'all light up the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Weigh in. Today's a lovely Monday, like I told you guys earlier. I got a meeting coming up in a very short while from now. So I just tuned in to share this story with you guys. But you guys stay tuned. If you are new here, please make sure to like this video now. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys on the other side of this vlog. Peace. You guys, I have a meeting in about like 30 or something minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my work blouse back on so I can get myself professional again. I'm going to put my work blouse back on, take out this little t-shirt right quick. I'm going to do my meeting, and then I'm going to come back and maybe I'll do the lunch with you guys and just share what are my thoughts while I'm doing the lunch. That's my current status. I don't want to eat my food because I eat my heaviest meal of the day in the daytime, like 11:30, 12, something like that is usually when I eat my heaviest meal of the day. But I don't want to eat my heaviest meal today. It's already like 1 something because my meeting's at 2. And if I eat, I'd be tired after. I think I might be a little tired after. So I don't even want to go there. I'm just going to wait till after my meeting so I could just relax, take my last break, and then go ahead and just eat my food or whatever else and be able to still work at the same time. You know what I mean? So yes, that's my current status. That's what I'm going to do. So I will pick you guys back up after my meeting. So y'all stay tuned. All right, you guys, this is the fettuccine, the broccoli fettuccine right here. And let me tell you guys, chef's kiss, freaking delicious. And this is the sourdough garlic bread that I made. And it is really, really good, y'all. Really good. I got cleaning up to do, major cleaning up, so no judgment zone. Anyways, and these are the ribs. These are the baby back ribs. Funny thing about it is I was already, I put these ribs out last night. Slow cooked them this morning, got them just how I want them, and you guys already know. Y'all see that bone? Y'all see it just really just fall right off the bone, mega juicy. Excuse me, mega juicy and everything else like that, right? Now, I saw my girl sis Judy. She did, I think, a rib video today, so I was like, that's so funny. Me and her, we be from different states thinking very similar at different times. Anyways. Alright guys, so it is later that day and I went to go pick up my baby girl Penelope from school, and look what we see. So the streets were blocked off, right? And we were detoured down the street. I've never been down before. And anyways, they said it was supposed to be a car accident, but I seen a van that said corners. So if it's just a regular traffic accident, what the corners doing there? Happy hump day, good people. Today is a lovely Wednesday and it is the afternoon. I look like who did it and why so far, because you guys, a couple of reasons. One, it is crazy hot outside. Aside of that, I done dropped my baby girl Penelope off at school. I'm picking her up right now, and I'm just I'm waiting. Today has been busy with Mercury retrograde, still doing this little dirty dance or whatever else. Yeah, I had a meeting today, and the person who I was meeting with, they were completely frustrated because the stuff that they were looking for, like report-wise and stuff, they just couldn't find it. They couldn't make it work, and they were getting frustrated. And I completely understand because, you know, I've been having some challenges with Mercury retrograde myself. But let me tell you guys, I am so happy that it will be over as of this Sunday. because this Saturday is my baby girl Penelope's birthday. And then this Sunday is so Saturday is the last day. The 31st is the last day of the retrograde. Anyways, so I wanted to come to you good people and say hi. Now, today's vlog is going to be a lot shorter than my other vlogs, I guess, because you know what? There was some stuff that I thought I was going to record that I actually did not end up recording. So, yeah, that part. But I'm still here with you guys. You guys are here with me, and we're together, and that's what matters. Aside of that, what was I going to tell you guys? Oh, I had this crazy story to tell you guys. Let me see if I can recap this story. Well, I keep looking around because I'm waiting for Penelope to come, and I feel like she's gonna pop up on me and she's gonna say, "Mom, where you at?" That's why you guys keep seeing me look all around me. But okay, so let me tell you guys, see if I can recap this quick story that Bessie told me about. It's this lady. She's a doctor who works in some kind of a like a clinic facility, right? Okay, so she's doing her job, and I'm not sure. I think her area of scope is like some kind of a researcher. You know, that's the kind of doctor she is, like, who does research and, you know, test out things like scientific stuff that she'll test out on, like, for instance, we want to see if a new thing is going to work, so we're going to test it on animals first. So they'll, you know, probably try it on dogs or rats or like stuff like that. Let me see, you guys. This is Penelope. Let me call you guys right back. So why did I just know? As soon as I got into telling y'all this story, this girl's gonna call me talking about, "Mom, can you come to the front?" Even though she sure could walk to where I am, but I'm gonna go on and play Kate. I'm gonna go on and get her. Okay, so anyways, right? So she's a doctor, and I was telling you guys about her area expertise, right? Okay. Well, anyways, so there's a guy who's a custodian, and this custodian, so fast forward, one day she's just finished doing a shift and she's going downstairs or somewhere. Anyways, the custodian he's doing his job or whatever else. Her and the custodian end up getting into it, right? Well, the custodian, they get into a verbal altercation, and then somehow this verbal altercation turns into a physical altercation. Come on. Then this verbal turns into a physical altercation, right? And so then, here she comes. So then, what are you doing? This girl is backing up. She wasn't even looking at all. At all. She just completely backed up. Look how close she is. Backed up, didn't look at all. So the custodian, what did he do? He hit the girl. No, so the girl and him, they got into a verbal altercation, the doctor and him. And then they ended up getting into a physical altercation where he ended up throwing her down several flights of freaking stairs, right? He threw her down several flights of stairs. Now, when he threw her down those stairs, he broke really important bones in her body to the point where this lady never, ever got up again. Now, when I say never ever got up, I don't mean as in she died. She just, you guys, I'm gonna call you guys back. All right, guys, since we last talked, I done picked Penelope up from school. I am back at the house, back working and everything else like that. I'm like, let me finish telling you guys the rest of the story. Also, in case you guys noticed it, one, I put cortisone on my face and on my neck. Why your girl breaking out? Why? It's about to be fall, like any day now, knocking on the door of fall, and all of a sudden my skin is acting like it doesn't want to work with me, you know. So anyways, I got the cortisone there, and my lunch was good, apparently too good, because I don't got a little stain on my shirt, but thank goodness this day is almost over. Y'all don't tell nobody, and I sure won't either, okay? Anyways, back to the story. Oh, I got myself some, I wanted something sweet so bad that I just put me a little ice cream in here with some Cool Whip. Let me get my little sweet tooth on. So back to the story. So the last we left off, I didn't give you guys none of this ice cream. I'll tell you why. I don't share dairy. Okay, which means I would have to make you your own cup so you can enjoy it. Anyways, last thing I told y'all about the lady. So she was working, you know, she ran into the custodian. Her and the custodian had words, and then the words, I don't even know how the words so quickly turned physical, but the custodian later said some other stuff I'll tell you guys about in a minute. So anyways, they got into this physical altercation. The custodian then takes the lady and he knocks her down several flights of stairs. He knocks her down several flights of stairs. The lady's laid all crooked and twisted up and all that other stuff, right? Well, here's the kicker. She lays like that for about 11 hours or so. And no one knew that she was missing. No one looked for her. Nobody thought it was strange. I'm talking about in the same building that she worked in, right? You would think a doctor going to go check on labs, tests or something. I don't know. She could have even been off for the day. So if she was off for the day, it made it even worse as to why the time took so long for somebody to come looking for her. Well, anyways, so she laid down there for 11 hours, and then somebody else in the building finally found her, and then they brought her to the emergency room. Now, here's the whole thing. At the time that this happened, the lady, she was engaged. She had a fiance. Her life was where she wanted it to be. I think she was in her 20s, too. She was like about 25. She about 25 years old when this happened. So she was a young woman, okay? A young woman. She was really, in essence, she was just getting started, y'all. I mean, at 25, I'm not sure that you really fully know who you are yet. You're still trying to identify the I am that you want to be. If you guys know what I mean. A lot of you guys about my age or better, even some younger, you guys gonna feel me on that. You still trying to define that I am at 25, right? Well, the custodian, he ran after he did the peace sign. So the woman, she's in the hospital and she is on, I think she's either in a coma for a period of time. She's either in a coma or she's put it like this. Oh, that's what it is. She's in the hospital in a vegetative state, I think they say, right? Which means she can't do nothing for herself. She's equivalent to being like a coma patient, okay? She can't eat for herself. Everything is tubes down her throat. She can't use the bathroom on her own. There's something doing he really messed her up severely. Okay. Now, after 3 years of this past, because at first he wasn't caught. They didn't catch up with old boy until later. When they caught up with him, I mean, so when they first admitted her into the hospital, they said she had all these broken bones. I think her spinal cord was messed up, and don't ever touch that spinal cord, but her spinal cord was messed up and a whole bunch of other stuff that she would never ever be able to be the woman that she once was if she was to make it out that bed, right? And then also they had checked her for all kind of tests and they found out that she was raped, right? So the theory is that old boy pushed her down them stairs and raped her. Okay, now when they finally did catch up with him later, he did admit that they got into a verbal altercation and then a physical one, but he said he denies the claims that he ever, sexually assaulted her, whatever else. But the evidence shown that she clearly was raped. Okay, so why would I go back and forth from saying the R word then saying sexually assaulted? Because I don't know, because YouTube is crazy. So, anyways, I already said them both. But So she had a fiance. She was with him for 3 years, blah, blah, blah. She was with him and they were supposed to be getting married. He claimed he loved her, this and that. He probably did. But after she was in that hospital for 3 years, he left. He said after like the first year that she was in a hospital. Now, the same hospital this happened in, her fiance and her, they both worked in the same hospital. Crazy, right? Now, when this happened, after she was in the upstairs bedridden unit for a year, he said he couldn't bear to be there anymore. He couldn't take the fact that, his fiance was bedridden and there was nothing he could do about it. And it happened at the hospital that they both worked at. So he dipped. He left and he went and got a job at another hospital. Well, 2 years after he got that job at another hospital, he met a special somebody. And then he left indefinitely and never came back. Now, the lady's family, they came to see her. They came to see her. They was checking on her. They was worried about her. They wanted to know, was she going to remain in the vegetative state, the rest of her life, or is a possibility that she would come home and re-get her status back and all that. And the doctors used to tell them, hey, it doesn't look like that's ever going to happen again. Have you guys ever tried these? These are some lemon Oreos I got from Smart and Final. I got them, anyways. They're good. So I'm eating, anyways. You guys see how random I am? Anyways. So What was I telling you guys? Yeah, so the fiance dipped. Her parents coming to see her. After about 10 years, they stopped coming. Her parents said, you know what, we can't do this no more. We ain't coming to the hospital no more. That's where she is. That's where she's going to be. And that's just it. And they just stopped coming. Okay. Now, the little dirty bastard who did this to the lady, the crazy thing about it is when authorities, like caught up with him and, did more questioning and more investigating, because initially he said, well, yeah, we argued. He allegedly admitted that he argued and had a physical altercation, but said he did not sexually assault her. And then when they came back to him later, it was like, look, all the forensic evidence said, yes, you did. You did do this and you did fight her. And it was because of you that she's in this hospital. You beat her. You threw her down the stairs, right? Well, what he comes up and he says later was that he felt like the lady was harassing him in some way. Because I guess the animals that they did test on, like the dogs that they had in cages, he says that he has a fear of dogs. And she was constantly make him clean the dog cages, while the dogs were really ferocious and really excited and, acting like they wanted to attack. No, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I just tickling probably the ice cream. But I don't know why would somebody tell someone to clean an animal cage and the animals acting like they attacked. So I'm not sure how much of that is true. So just take it as a grain of salt, okay? But anyways, that's what he alleged. So he said that I guess that was his reason for being very upset with her, because he says, she knew he was scared of dogs and she would wait till the animals get real off. That's crazy. It doesn't justify. This has to make me laugh too much. Hold on. It doesn't justify anything in my opinion, but whatever. So then, but this is the part that really teed me off about this whole story. Old boy only got 7 years. They gave him 7 years for the assault. Okay, now as if the fight wasn't enough, he should have got 7 years for pushing her down the stairs, period. Or just for the physical fight. Well, not 7 years for the physical fight, but it depends on what happened. But what happened is he caused severe damage. So yes. But no, they only gave him 7 years for the assault that they were able to prove that he did. Plus the fight. Plus the fact that she was never, ever going to be able to move on her own again. Now, fast forward after he got that 7 punk years. I feel like there's not enough protections for women in cases like this. That makes no sense at all. That's all that you would give a person for those severe actions. I'm actually really disgusted. But anyways, so they gave him the 7 years. Meanwhile, she's still laid up in that vegetative state. Now, like I said, after 10 years, her parents didn't come anymore. They said it is what it is. They just can't bear to see their loved one laying there and they can't do nothing about it. They know she's never coming home. So she's laid in that vegetative state, you guys, after her fiance, after the old boy who did it only got 7 years, after her family stopped coming. She stayed laying like that for the next 40 plus years. For the next 43 years. She stayed laying down. Ever since he, beat her and she was down on the ground when they had the fight and she never got back up. She never got back up for the next 43 years. Did y'all hear that? For 43 years, she never got back up. That is insane. Now, they kept her, on life support and all this other stuff, right? But the whole thing about it is, well, I guess like the medical bigwigs, say the executives, right? The board, something else like that. They found out, they was like, that she was on, I check these emails. They found out that she was on support this whole time. And they're like, whoa, hold them up. Wait a minute. What is this patient doing on support all this time? She shouldn't be on support all this time. They was like, where's her family? Some of you guys need to basically make preparations for her family to say bye-bye because we taking her off. So, but what happened is the nurses, they all got, this was before the 43-year mark. The nurses, they had all got to say it happened around year 15, just hypothetically. The nurses all got together and said, no, she's ours. We take care of her. We're her family now. Because they had been around the whole time when they saw that the fiance dipped on her, when they saw that the family stopped coming. So they felt so bad for her because it happened when she was just such a young lady, that they took her as their family. And they were the ones, making sure that she was fed, taken care of, and protected as best as they could. excuse me, they were doing these things themselves, right? So yeah, so they, when the nurses went on a strike, actually, when they went on a strike to make sure that they wouldn't take her off of support, then they kept her on support for a while longer. But then after that, by the time it reached year 43, they said, "Nah, we don't care if you guys go on strike or a hike. She's coming off that support, period." And that's exactly what happened. But anyways, to me, it's just such a wild story. Like, sheesh, like, just all it takes is one incident, you guys. One incident, one moment, one situation, and your life could be changed forever, just like never to be the same again. Light up the comments and let me know. Have you guys heard of this story? And answer this question. If you were, because we wouldn't ever know if, how she could have possibly felt. But if you were in her shoes, do you think that you would rather stay, do you think that you would rather stay in that vegetative state on basically bed rest for 43 years? Or would you rather them go ahead and pull a plug and say, get me up out of here. I won't be able to do anything else. I don't want to be here. Y'all light up the comments and let me know your thoughts. But I think my good old family already know it's nowhere in the world that I would ever dream of. No, I would not want to be here. I would be like, get me up out of here. I'll try again next life and see what I'm able to get then. But yeah. But anyways, y'all light up the comments. Let me know your thoughts. My ice cream is melting. It wasn't very much, but it's melting. So let me finish eating what's left. I would love to hear from you guys. If you guys are new here, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Definitely comment so I know you're there, because I see you guys, hanging around, but y'all don't say nothing. But anyways, so I would love to know your opinions. Anyways, like, I'm going to go now. So like I always say, there's always another story to be told. But for now,